What's up, guys? So this is titled Creative Deal Flow, and the deal is phones have a lot of different ways to buy them and a lot of different ways to sell them. And when you're first starting out, you're like, I'm going to look here and I'm going to sell here. So it's like one and one. And as you go, you realize like, okay, I'm getting all the deals I can get if I do this and I sell here. And by the way, what's so badass about this model is that you don't have to wonder before you buy something if it's going to sell and who the hell it's going to sell to. It's already sold. It's a matter of like, can you buy it? And when you buy it, your profit's already there. So people will say like you make a profit when you buy, but do you really? The answer a lot of times is no, especially when you're buying e-commerce products in bulk. You're thinking, man, I'm getting this for $1. Like, come on, people got to pay 10 or 20 for it. And if you don't know who the buyer is before you pay that $1, then you just literally likely lit $1 on fire for every product that you bought. So anyway, at first it's like buy, sell to a direct buyer, kind of the end. As you go, you say, okay, well, I can't get people to sell me an iPhone X, for example, for $180. I don't know. That's not happening anywhere as far as I'm concerned. So you say, okay, cool. Well, I want to do more deals. So I'm going to put up a fake listing of an X for 64 gig. I'm going to put it up for $300. I know my direct buyers only give me $230. I can't get it for $230. I might be able to get it for $250. So I'm going to put it up for $300. You put it up for $300. It sells a little too easy. So you have seller's remorse, and you say, okay, next time I'm putting $320, and you just raise that bar until you have a good flow of people buying and how many people you sell. If that thing's sitting there at $320 for 3 weeks, well then guess what? Your price is too high. So then what happens if all of a sudden you're getting 0 views on Facebook Marketplace like I did this week? Then you got to figure out who the hell else is going to buy your stuff. So I did 2 things. First, I posted a free item that I'm not giving away. I posted a free Nerf gun, and I got hella responses on that one. I was getting 0 views on my other stuff, and Facebook's like, oh, now he's giving shit away. Let's give him some views now. So nobody got that gun, but that kicked my other listings back in gear. And but in the meantime, I listed a phone on eBay, and I listed 2 Apple Watches on eBay because I had 4 now. They got to sell. So my listings kicked back in. One of my watches sold on Facebook Marketplace. The other one's getting bid up on eBay right now. Then yesterday, I'm going to buy. I get offered a good deal on something called a Surface Duo. You probably don't know what that is, and I didn't either. And so I call a buddy who knows more than me, and I said, "Hey, what do I do with the Surface Duo? Where should I sell that?" He said, "Well, eBay maybe, or check this site out. It's called It's Worth More." Never heard of that one. There's a million websites. You can't know them all. So I go on It's Worth More. I get a quote on it. I buy the phone for $300, and they're gonna give me $405, and they send me a label, and all I do is just put it in a package, mail it in. I just dropped it off at USPS. So that's it's approximately $405. $105 in profit. Otherwise, that was a deal that just doesn't happen. So you got to get creative with like who knows what. Where can you send it to? Who's going to buy your stuff, essentially? And not only who's going to buy it, but who do you know for a fact is going to buy it for more than you're paying for it before you even buy it? Freaking beautiful. I'm trying to think what else happened. Oh, yeah. So then I bought an iPhone 12 iCloud locked, and it's got a scratch screen. Well, my local guy won't buy that damn thing with a scratch screen. He'll pay C price, which is, I get it kind of, but there's got to be some sort of middle ground, right? No, not with him. So he's amazing. He pays more than Atlas for unlocked phones, and he matches Atlas on everything else. So if you guys want to use him, he's amazing. But if your screen has a scratch that you can, like your fingernail kind of stops on it, he won't take that as a grade B. So now I'm mailing that sucker to Atlas. So it's like all these different avenues. I could keep going. You're sort of like poking and you're trying to find your little in. in the name of getting more and more deals put together. Here's another one. This is the goat of good deals right here. You buy a very nice Android. You just look occasionally. Don't buy too many of these, but you buy a very high-end Android, which is something you're usually going to pay less for than a high-end iPhone. The demand just isn't there. And so I put this up on the page, but I bought a Note 20 Ultra for $400, and I had a guy that wanted to trade it for a 12 Pro Max, where I would get, I think, $825 for that phone, something like that. So $425. A direct buyer would only give me $465, and what ended up happening is that guy disappeared. He messages me 2 days later. He says, "You won't believe it. I got put in jail for a 7-year-old warrant." And I do believe that, because that has sort of happened to me before. It's ridiculous. So he didn't end up buying it. I sold it to another guy locally, but it just got me thinking, like, okay, I need to do this again. So then I see another guy that lists a 12 Pro Max and says, "I only want to trade for a very nice Samsung phone." So I go in there and look, and I see a guy selling an S20 Ultra for $400. Again, he's got a 12 Pro Max. Minimum, I'm going to get $800 for that damn thing. And I'm going to buy this other phone for $400. And I'm thinking about offering that guy, hey, I'll trade it plus 100 cash, plus 200 cash, something like that. And just, it'll give me a deal that would not have happened otherwise. And I'm creating that shit just straight out my ass. And that is how this business works. And I know I've done business with that other guy that wants to do the trade. And so I know I've done actually business with both of them. So shoot, that's another example. Anyway, so I know that deal will go down. One more example. You want to connect with other sellers locally because you don't know what they know that you think you should know, but you don't. So there's this guy, Russell, in town, and he'll buy blacklisted aftermarket LCD phones from me for a decent price, whereas like Atlas will give me nothing for the deal. This dude has some sort of way where he buys it for a lot more than they will, less than if it was a normal LCD, but more than Atlas would, essentially, or more than my local guy would. And so it's a good medium, not having to do eBay or any of that crap. And he's basically my competition all day, every day. He's trying to beat me, essentially. But here he is. He's bought 5 or 6 phones from me in the last week. So you look online for all your different resources. You use all your different resources. You look locally for who else is doing exactly what you're doing, but how can they help you because they do things that you don't do. For example, my partner now fixes my phones for $20 plus parts, plus the cost of parts, which is unbelievable, and it opens up an entire new world to me that I'm just not willing to do. I'm not willing to fix these phones. So, damn, I covered a lot. I'm gonna cover some more of this on the call tonight, guys. And wish y'all a great day. And let me know what deals you're finding and what help you need. Later.